Hey guys, today I want to talk about a couple things. I feel like there's a lot of confusion um, with type 1 diabetes and some facts about it, so I have wrote down about a page and a half worth of facts about diabetes to share with y'all. I will get to that in just a second. Uh, my doctor had mentioned, not my endocrinologist, but my primary care doctor had mentioned to me that maybe I should start, taking a one-a-day vitamin or a vitamin of some sort, Flintstone, gummy vitamin, whatever. But I found these at Walmart, and it's called Diabetes Daily Pack, Nutritional Support for People with Diabetes. And it comes in these, already divided out packs, and it's full of big horse pills, and it's vitamins, I guess, for people with diabetes who different things that'll help. I started taking them today. They have each packet contains cinnamon, and I probably won't pronounce some of these right because I have no idea what they are. Chlorium picolante, alpha lipoic acid, vitamin D3, lutein, ginkgo biloba, vitamin B12, and ABC plus senior multivitamin. Some people, I posted on my Instagram, I asked if anybody had used these, and a couple people said that they had, and the cinnamon made their blood sugars higher. I'm not really sure yet because this is my first day taking it, so we will see. And it was only like $8. It was a 30 packets, so it's a 30-day supply for $8. That's not too bad. I mean, now if it helps, I'm not really sure. But the more I take these, the more I guess I'll start to notice a change, or I may not notice a change, but either way, I'll make a video about it. So, back to the facts about diabetes. Some people, obviously, because I kind of have a hard time too, don't understand the different types, like type 1, type 2, and type 3. They're all very, very different. Now, I am not going to be able to answer any questions that y'all have about type 2 or type 3 because I just don't know anything about them. I am type 1. I just don't have a clue. Not a doctor, not a nurse, not a nursing school, nothing of the sort, so I can't answer any of those questions for type 2 and type 3. But with type 1 diabetes, my body does not produce insulin at all, whatsoever. And insulin is a hormone that is needed to convert sugar, starches, and other foods into energy. Which I get a little bit confused myself because I have had this disease for 15 years and I should have done this and done more research this whole entire time so I wouldn't be so confused, but some of the symptoms of diabetes, which go unnoticed because they're really common symptoms that people have almost daily: increase in thirst, increase in hunger, dry mouth, nausea, abdominal pain, frequent weight loss, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, blurred vision, and frequent infections of the skin. Now, when I was diagnosed, I was 6 years old, and this is really embarrassing, but I'm going to be honest and tell y'all anyways, that the reason my mom took me to the doctor is because when I was 6 years old, I would wet the bed like 3 times a night. For no reason. My mom even tried not giving me anything to drink after 7 o'clock because my bedtime was 8:30 or 9, and tried that for a week, and it was still waking her up saying I had an accident, and she thought maybe I had a bladder, kidney, urinary tract infection, something of the sort. So she took me to the doctor. At the time we were living in Rolla, so I went to Doctor After Hours and saw a doctor, and my blood sugar was 247 when I was diagnosed. That's not terribly high, but it's enough to show that something was wrong. And then I was transferred to St. Louis Children's Hospital, and I was there for 2 weeks, and that's when I found out I was diabetic. But I was very underweight. I was a really, really small thing, so that no one in my family had diabetes, and we had nothing to compare it to. So my mom didn't take into consideration that the weight loss and how small I was could have been diabetes because we just didn't know. I was very active. I did dance, I did gymnastics, I played sports like t-ball and little league and stuff like that. So she just thought I was going to be a small person. so we didn't really think anything of it, but it was definitely diabetes. Now, there are a lot of consequences for uncontrolled type 1 diabetes. Now, I've listed a few on this page of notes, but there's a lot more that I've listed that aren't as serious, but are serious enough that you should probably seek medical treatment. I know I talked about in my other videos that depression runs with diabetes. When I was 13, I saw a counselor, and that was the first person that told me that it's common with type 1 diabetes that being clinically depressed kind of falls along those lines, because you get it as a child and you don't really understand. Okay, the majority of people get it as a child. Not everyone is diagnosed with type 1 as a small child or infant or anything like that. Sometimes it's, late teens. But, so being depressed comes along with that. Retinopathy, which occurs in your eyes, it occurs in about 80% of adults who have been diabetic for 15 years. That scares me. I have been diabetic for 15 years. Every time I go to the eye doctor, my vision changes. It gets worse. So that's really, really scary. As of right now, my eye doctor has told me that there is no damage in my eyes, so that's really great. I really don't want to lose my eyesight, and I don't ever want to have any eye problems whatsoever. Kidney damage. That is a big one. If you're diabetic or know anybody that's diabetic, I strongly recommend that you do not ever watch the movie Steel Magnolias. That movie made me bawl my eyes out, and I've seen it a dozen times, and I still cry every single time. And the new version with Queen Latifah makes me cry too. I mean, both versions are so sad, and I can relate so much, and it's really, really scary. Kidney damage, and if that goes untreated because you don't know, you can have kidney failure. Dialysis is a big thing with type 1 diabetics, because your kidneys cannot filter out your body, and that's what they do. And dialysis is not something that anyone wants to be on. Poor blood circulation, that could cause, tinglingness in your feet. Your feet can go cold, can go numb, or your hands, or your other limbs. Now, I found this, and I really, really think this is going to make a lot more sense than me just explaining to y'all that I have to take insulin every time I eat, or, every hour as my pump does it. Insulin is not a cure. Insulin allows type 1 diabetics to stay alive, but it does not cure the disease, nor does it necessarily prevent the possibility of the disease serious effects. So that being said, that is like my lifeline. 3 days without it and I'm dead, give or take. I could be lucky and live an extra day, but I would be miserable, I would be sick, I would be dying 3 days without it. Now, that is my lifeline. Insulin is my everyday life, day-to-day activities, taking care of the house, the dogs, the cats, my child, my fiance, everything. I could not do that if I did not have insulin. That may make more sense to y'all than me just saying I have to take insulin every day. Without it, I will die. Now, I wrote down some statistics. Each year, more than 15,000 children and 15,000 adults are diagnosed with type 1 diabetes per day. That is a lot of people being diagnosed with the same disease. And if they were anything like me, they probably don't take it very seriously until they have to. And that's kind of why I make these videos, in hopes that I find, even just one person to help and talk about diabetes to. That would make me so incredibly happy. 85% of people living with type 1 diabetes are adults, and 15% are children. I think if I would have been diagnosed at a younger age, that I would have been worse off. At 6, I still didn't know what I was doing, but by the time I was 8, I was already giving my own shots. The school made my mom always come and give my shots at lunchtime, or if I needed it, she'd have to come from work and give me shots, until my doctor, wrote a note saying, yeah, she can give her own insulin. But, that never made sense to me, because what 7, 8, 9-year-old wants to, go to the nurse's office and, inject themselves with insulin. Like, I shouldn't even have to know what that stuff is by 7, 8, 9 years old. So I hope this video was a little bit helpful. I mean, there are a lot more facts and a lot more statistics that y'all could search on the internet if you really want to know more information. I hope that even those of you who watch my videos that aren't diabetic, I hope you take this seriously, and I hope you try to really understand that just because someone looks okay on the outside doesn't mean they're okay on the inside. I have good days, I have bad days. I have days I don't want to check my blood sugar. I have days I do want to check my blood sugar, and I'm like really motivated and like, yeah, let's get control of this. And some days I just don't. So, if you have friends that are diabetic that haven't seen my videos and you know that they would like them or, you know, enjoy watching them, please share and subscribe to my channel. Share this on Facebook. Like it, pass it along, and hopefully this will help somebody eventually. Thank you for watching.